Number 7, develop resilience and courage in the face of failure and rejection. Let me begin this point with another little story. About 25 years ago, I volunteered to be an instructor on Michael Wall's Discovery program in rural New Zealand, just outside of Wellington. This is where we put about 100 teenagers together in a really big room on a farm for a weekend and poked and prodded them to try to get them to become better people. Now, in between annoying them a lot, we gave them some self-development activities. One included the teenagers having to write down their greatest fears with a marker pen on the back of a plank of wood, about this big. Then they had to put the chunk of wood in between 2 big bricks and karate chop the wood with their written fears on the underside, I guess so nobody else knew their personal anxieties. Well, this was the 90s. Don't blame me for the corny activities. Anyway, the idea is you break through your fears, right? Well, after the show was over at about 10 p.m, I left the dorm room I was staying in on the farm and went outside for a short walk. And as I was strolling around outside the main building, I came across all the blocks of wood which had been karate chopped in half by the kids. So I flipped through them just to see what the teenagers had written on them. You know, their fears. Can you guess what the 2 greatest fears were? Because there were 2 words that I saw repeated again and again and again. They were failure and rejection. And guess what? It's now decades later and all of us still have to deal with these 2 fears. Yes, even I do at my age. Fear of failure and rejection are not going away. Sorry to bring you the bad news. Therefore, mental resilience is another critical attitude that you must develop today as you face challenges in an increasingly uncertain world. So resilience is the ability to bounce back after bad things happen to you. The World Economic Forum lists resilience, flexibility, and agility as the 5th most essential skill required for workers today. But there's something that has changed since I attended the Discovery program in New Zealand all those years ago. And it's not good news. Drawing on extensive research taken from countries all over the world, American psychologist Jonathan Haidt notes that today's youth are experiencing increasingly high levels of anxiety and depression. He cites 2 prime causes. The first is overprotective parenting, and the other is excessive exposure to social media at a young age, which he argues damages developing brains. Well, I guess at least young people have got an excuse, unlike me. So parents and teachers should be encouraging young individuals to confront failure and rejection as opportunities for growth in order to foster resilience and emotional intelligence. Author Angela Duckworth highlights that grit, defined as perseverance and passion, plays a key role in success, reinforcing the importance of embracing setbacks as learning opportunities. But don't wait for your seniors to grant you opportunities for failure and success. Get out there and do stuff. You have to take concrete steps towards your goals, including doing deliberate practice to develop the skills you need to thrive in the 21st century, or you will never reach those goals. Failure will not kill you, and nor will disappointment, if you learn mental resilience and develop strong self-belief. As I mentioned in a previous video, in my 40s, after I completed my doctorate, I went almost 10 years and 16 job interviews before I was finally offered an actual full-time university position. I faced failure and rejection on a massive scale. That was very difficult at times, but I kept moving forward, researching, writing, speaking at conferences, applying for more positions, all at my own expense. I developed persistence, courage, deeper self-awareness, and the skill of learning from failure while not taking it personally. But most of all, I developed resilience.